Paper to Digital. This website was created by the Office of Instructional Technology with the idea that there are so many projects that people do in their classrooms that are traditionally paper pencil, and now we can digitize those to really expand our accessibility options and to give students a lot of different ways to express themselves. So, to get to our paper to digital resource, you're going to head over to your ClassLink page, and we're hitting that orange folder, the Instructional Tech Resources folder. There are 5 apps in here. We're going to be hitting on the paper to digital, the last one. And you'll see it'll open up in a new screen. This website, as I said, was created with the idea that we wanted to give platform instructions for all of our applications for any project that you can think of. So, going across the top, we have our projects that you can search by. You can also search by application. So if you already know you want to do something in Padlet or Nearpod, you can go to those places and it will show you all of the projects. For example, if I know I want to work in Nearpod, I could click on that one. It'll give me a description of what Nearpod is. It'll give me some of the projects that feature Nearpod. In this case, there's one great one. And then it'll have the task card here that has the steps for the teacher and then steps for students to follow if they are going to create a project in Nearpod. Um, we can also go to any of them. For example, every education board builder, we have different projects that match up with the board builder. So maybe you traditionally have your students do a poster. We'll consider having them do it in DE instead. And as you can see, you have a little preview here. There are task cards that go over the directions on how you or your students can create a poster using Discovery Ed Studio. So you could modify these and give these tasks to your students to create a digital product, or you yourself could follow these to create a learning resource for your students. I like searching by project up here at the top. You can see on that page, it has a list of all of the classic elementary projects, brochures, making a meme or a postcard. And these are fine to do paper and pencil, but imagine adding a video to your postcard or some audio to your meme. So, when you find a project that you're interested in, this is also a really great site to just inspire you for new project ideas. You're going to click on that button. So, I chose postcards, and this is set up is the same for no matter what project you choose. You're going to see that as we scroll down the page, we have a matrix, and this looks exactly the same for each one of those projects. It'll tell you at the top, we're looking at the postcard tools. Underneath of that, there is a link to click on, which will give you the directions for each of the platforms below. So we'll click on that in a minute, but for now, I want to draw your attention to the matrix. You see the first column is paper pencil. So it's always going to tell you what are some of the benefits of doing paper pencil. But then next to those in blue, we have the applications that we think would be best for creating a postcard digitally that are approved in Anne Arundel County. So we have Google Drawings, Slides, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Wixie. Then going into our rows here, we have all of the different features of each of these applications. So, for example, does this platform support text? Across the board, yes, all of those can support text. Do they support images? Yep, all the way across, every application does. Do they support videos? Well, Paper Pencil does not, of course. In Google Drawing, you can hyperlink a video. You can't make one right in there. In Google Slides, you could embed a video. Same with some of these Microsoft applications. In Wixie, we can embed it right in there because we know as we know in Wixie, we can record right from that application. So if you're thinking that you want them to be able to include video clips of themselves, then you may want to choose Wixie or one of these others that allows them to embed or hyperlink. You can see that there are also features like drawing tools. Are there templates available? So some of them there are. PowerPoint, there's not a template for postcard. It also gives you some of the save options. And what I love is at the very bottom, there is an example. And so we have a sample for students to be able to look at, for you to look at. So for Google Drawings, for example, if I wanted to see a sample of that, I would just click on this link. It would open in a new window. This one happens to be sort of an already done postcard for Ottawa. And it has the text boxes and it has the address area. Certainly, you could use this as an example, or you could change or modify it by, of course, making your own copy under File, Make a Copy. But I also love that besides the sample, there's also resources on how to learn more about those applications. So let's say we've decided we want to use maybe Wixie or drawings. When we're ready, we're going to go to the click here at the top, and this will open a new window, which leads you to a Google slide deck of each of those applications that was recommended on the matrix. And as you see, as I click down, the format is the same for each one of these. It has the title of postcard and then a dash and the application. So here are the directions for making a postcard in Word. Here are the directions for making a postcard in PowerPoint. Here are the directions for making a postcard in Wixie. Now, I love this because as the teacher, you can make a copy of this and edit these directions. So if I wanted to say more specifically for my elementary students, at some point after they have the postcard from the library, maybe I want them to give it the title Anne Arundel County because that's what I want them making a postcard for. So I can customize these because it is a Google file. I can make my own copy. I also like that I can just follow these directions myself and make my own template for students to use. And all the directions are right here. So it allows me to find projects that I love and digitize them. I also love at the top of our paper to digital resource that we have some variations on projects at the top there. So this leads you to some of the classic projects and then some that are similar. So if you're thinking about doing a book report, maybe there's another option here that's a variation on that project, like a character biography or an alternate ending that you could do instead of a book report or as an option for students. So there's lots of ideas here. If I go back to our paper to digital, there's also this tab giving digital feedback. And so if you know that you want to grade this assignment, this page is going to again give you that matrix. This time it's going to show you all the applications where you can give feedback. And across the rows, it's going to tell you how you give that feedback. Does it allow for numeric grades? Does it allow a peer editor? Um, can you do a two-way discussion? So if you are thinking about doing a culminating project that you want to grade, this might be a good place to look, giving feedback digitally. Find an application that has the features you want in terms of grading and giving feedback. And then once you know that application, you can go back to your projects or to that application and you can find which projects you can do.